Hello, dear Pisces people. This is your reading from the 24th of February right until the end of March. Sorry about the bad setup. Every day is a struggle, but we get there. Hopefully this reading makes sense to you, okay? I want to start off with how I read. I always see the first card as you because it helps me to sort of connect to your energy a little bit, and everything really is always revolving around you. It's always up to you, obviously, to put the lottery tickets on to get the win. It's obviously up to you to, apply for jobs. What I would say with this card is this month, try and focus on getting that upright. I would see it as upright. This person is very, very organised. She pays the bills on time. She has budgets. She's very good with money. If this month you are lacking a little bit of money, then again, just work on maintaining some sort of plan. Maybe work on doing some practicalities, getting this upright, as in like updating your CV, some sort of budget with money. Again, she is also very practical, as in, how can I put this? Working on self-improvement. Because again, everything very much starts with you. So I would see that as pretty much a priority in this month. If you can't handle the money that well, or we're very much a bit all over the place with finances, sometimes to some extent it doesn't do you any good getting a better job with more money, because to some extent you're still where you were. I'm trying to be really insulting here, but if we can have plans and budgets and we know where our money's going and we know what our ingoings and outgoings are, then when we bring in more money, it helps us to just live a better life. So again, plans, organisation, practical steps, figuring out what you want, where you want to go, what you want to do. With reversed as well, I could possibly see that like we're not taking these practical steps, or there is some maybe work to be done on again where you're going or what you want to do. Okay, so again, work on getting that upright this month. That will be a massive help to you. Every month isn't some sort of action month. Some months are quite slow down months because it gives you time to sort of reflect, to maybe see where you can adjust, to maybe look at things from a different direction. Not every month is full steam ahead. So this, to my mind, this month is very, very much like a bit of a focus and a plan, as I would see it. Okay, the next card from that is a major card of the Hangman, which again is, I would see it as more like time. You may think, God, I'm hanging around, I'm waiting, nothing's happening, we're still where we were, but it honestly is just giving you this time to think, to plan, to not go racing headlong into something that doesn't serve you. Time to get organised, maybe time to look at what's helping you, what's hindering you. A lot of the time, like say for example, people have a crap job that they absolutely hate. People always have the mindset of quick, let's find another one, let's get going, let's find another job. And sometimes the action that you put in doesn't really always serve you, because you can go to another job which is equally just as crap, or go into another relationship that is equally just as crap. So this Hangman serves you very, very well to either look at what you're doing, maybe look at where you're going, and again, plans and organisation this month, Pisces. That's really the bottom line as I see it. The next card, and because these are major cards, darling, these are definite self-improvement, and definitely the Empress can be a very, very creative card, whether you are very creative, whether there's things you could do which are very creative, which have got the ability to make you money and to give you a good standard of living. If you're in relationships, I always see the Empress as somebody who needs to know her worth a little bit. The Empress is obviously somebody very, very kind, very caring, very considerate, and just in general one of the best cards in the entire deck. And a lot of the time we don't realise we are the Empress. A lot of the time we put ourselves down, or we just don't know how good we are. And again, going back to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, I would say your work is really to know how good you are, to maybe update your CV, to maybe if you're selling anything or you've got a business, work on practicalities of getting your pricing right maybe. Don't undersell yourself, because I think with that reversed, you just honestly do not know your worth. Okay, so yeah, a lot of work to be done maybe on that also as well. Every little thing that you do massively affects your self-esteem. You know, whether you start exercise programs, whether you start eating better, every single thing increases your confidence and makes you know that you are the Empress, and makes you sort of believe in yourself a little bit more. So yeah, a little bit of work to be done on that this month. Okay, the next card from that is the Eight of Wands reversed. So again, as I was saying before, I honestly do not believe that this is a month for rushing headlong into some crazy schemes. Don't go there. Seriously, don't go there. I would just say it as like timing is a little bit off on that. Okay, if this can also very much be a communication card, that maybe communications come in, and maybe the communications don't come in to say you haven't got that job, but seriously see this as a blessing. Sometimes we can beat ourselves up a little bit, thinking, you know, I really wanted that job, or I really wanted that guy to text me back. And sometimes, seriously, there's better things out there for you. There's better jobs out there for you. And if this is you and you wanted to go a bit full steam ahead with something this month, or you wanted some action, or God, sounds terrible. We all want some action. If you wanted to sort of, like I say, move along, get some, I would just say it like the month's off a little bit. Focus on yourself. You don't need to go charging into anything that is really not for you. Okay, the next card. They're all very, very slow moving cards, these, you know. Slow and steady. Again, if this is a relationship that you're in, you know, it's a bit like Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, things, we don't always get everything as quick as we would want them. You may think, God, I've been with that person for ages, still not said he loves me. You might think, I've been in this job for a while, I've not got a promotion. You know, it's a process really to get us where we want to be. Life constantly evolves and it takes time. And again, if you wanted a better job, or a new relationship or anything, it's a bit like it's going to take time to get there and for this to work out. And again, as I said to you before, your priority this month is massively just to work on yourself and know your own worth. Please do not ever undersell yourself. You're worth way more than perhaps you've been stuck with. Yes, that's what I would say from that. Again, going back to not rushing into anything, this dry desert can feel very much like we're sort of not going anywhere, or things aren't happening, or like I say, the jobs that we have wanted to go for haven't come in, or relationships aren't perhaps going as fast as we would like, or we've been on our own for ages and we haven't found anybody. Again, I honestly believe that Spirit massively slow things down to let you sort of catch up to yourself a little bit. You know, it's no good somebody, Prince Charming, coming into our lives and we still feel like we're not very good, or we're too fat, or whatever it is. A lot of the time we need to get ourselves ready for things, and we need to have the right things in our life and not some sort of patch up or make do, because that never makes us happy. So very, very much a case of waiting for right opportunities, very much a case of waiting for the right things to come in, very much a case of we go on the journey and we eventually find what we're looking for. It always is there. Sometimes we just think it needs to be a bit quicker than perhaps what it gets there for, but it's all working out and everything's fine. And like I say, just focus very much on practicalities, paying your bills on time, organising yourself a little bit, maybe work on like the presentation of yourself. And I would say that's really all you need to do this month. The rest of the time, I would honestly just sit back, drink wine, and wait for April. I hope that helps you a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.